You can call me whatever you want to call me. Most people just call me Katya.
I was like interested in cross-dressing, but not drag. I was just like, I think it's interesting for a person on stage to cross-dress, like as a, I don't know, thematic tool or whatever. And so I was like, I'm gonna do a character. And I had been learning Russian, so I decided to do that. It was random, it's random. But if you think about it, everywhere is interesting. Everything's interesting.
But my character was never about being Russian. It was about being confident.
I would like to say to everybody, с Новым годом, Happy New Year. I wish you all the best. 2K9 is all about strapless dresses, flared denim, and good feeling.
I lived above the drag/trans hooker bar that I worked at. So I was literally the lady in the window with my Rapunzel, come, I'll grease up this braid, you just slide right up. And it was amazing. And also Craigslist girl, I was the Craigslist queen. Well, the reality of a lot of 9-to-5 sex workers is that it's a job like any other, mama. It's working at the bank. It's working at the dry cleaners. It's being a personal assistant, it's doing whatever, being a model. Yeah.
The thing about it is that in Boston, I think there weren't a lot of like pretty thin white girls. And so I had that kind of like, blonde, fit, pretty kind of market corner. Although, you can't charge too much when you don't have boobs.
My name is Ekaterina Petrovna Zamotchkova, but please just call me Katya.
RuPaul Andre Charles is my mother and my father. RuPaul taught me 3 things about Hollywood that she teaches everybody. Show up on time, be prepared, and don't complain.
If during the first day when we had all walked in, if the producers had come in and said, we made a big mistake, we booked one too many queens, does anybody want to go home? We're so sorry, we'll send you a fruit basket, I would have volunteered. So I was like, what am I doing here? I don't like big personalities, I don't like drag queens, I don't know if I want to do drag anymore. This is like it's so overwhelming. I can't go to meetings, I can't like talk to anybody. I flipped out.
Drag Race is a show about sensitive men who are getting in touch with their feminine side and who have sort of taken this, who have reclaimed their femininity, turned it into an art form and said, eat it, bitch.
Every now and then I just look at you to make sure you're not dead. It's that moment when I go.
That's what Drag Race is about. Drag Race is about all the things, the most general things that RuPaul talks about. It's about wit, it's about puns, it's about color, it's about flavor, it's about style, panache, and then a whole ton of skill sets. It's about taking the piss out of Hollywood. That's what it's all about.
I loved watching it regardless of my involvement. You just get to have fun. It sounds so cheesy, but it's true.
Hi, I'm the U.S. Cellular employee who's an overnight Vine sensation, Trixie Mattel.
And I'm a wet hunk of gristle in the shape of a hot, sexy woman, Katya.
And welcome to the show where we talk about whatever we want.
Because it's our show.
Not yours.
What's going to be so special is that like in 10 years, you'll get to see online on YouTube or whatever, a friendship happen. A frothy mixture congeals and hardens into a gelatinous muck.
UNHHHH, and that is a great show. We both have similar goals, and we both like our brains kind of like like hang out in the same neighborhoods most of the time, and we also really love comedy, and she loves comedy more than I do, I think. No, she loves comedy and music. I like comedy and gymnastics.
You live in the moment, man. Whatever's true in this moment is true forever. Being a weird amount of famous.
In a weird amount of famous together.
Yeah.
Then it all came crashing down. I actually forgot who the I was. This was the psychotic break. And this is when I was live on taping the Trixie and Katya show. And I didn't know it was real anymore. I didn't know who the was my friend. I didn't know who the was the director. I didn't know who anybody was. I looked over at Trixie and I thought, who the hell is that? Who is this person? Who is this doll? And I was like, who the hell am I? I'm not a comedian. What am I doing here?
When we filmed Drag Race, it was very difficult. At the time, I was about a little over a year sober, but nonetheless, I was confidently sober, and it was the first time I was ever really away from a 12-step meeting support, the support of meetings, but also more broadly the support of a larger network of people through that I had. Become a part of over the course of many years, 4 or 5 years, because I started getting sober in 2008.
Methamphetamine's real. I do not encourage the use of illegal drugs because only for one reason. You don't know what's in them, bitch. I encourage the use of no drugs.
When Shakespeare or who the ever said, "Physician, heal thyself," he meant that you know what to do. Now do it.
One thing that I've found through all of my searching and all of my pain and all of my spectacular successes and failures is that it is our weaknesses that bind us together and not our strengths. I had a nervous breakdown and I had an identity crisis. I always try to avoid cliches. I'm just trying to find myself, or, like a return to me. Just because that's not my style. I make an effort to reject those phrases and bumper stickers and cliches because I suffer from a disease that is a pattern of thinking described as terminally unique. The insistent and stubborn refusal to admit that you're just like everybody else. The thing that I've always wanted to do is talk to people. I love people. I'm fascinated by people. Sometimes this involves me just observing them and not reacting, and sometimes it involves me engaging them for long, long periods of time through discourse. I've gone to certain recovery programs since I was since 2005, and what I've learned and gained from my experience in those programs and doing the work that's involved in those programs is levels and layers of spiritual transformation that is absolutely not a joke. It's the only thing that I felt to be real and worth pursuing. I've learned that if I maintain a strict but not ruthless adherence to spiritual principles, anything that happens in my life will just turn out just fine.